DPP tells Magistrate, go recuse yourself. From the Bascom trial, 4 juveniles escaped from Sapphire Holding Center, and EPA still investigating oil leak. I'm Enrico Pulford, and this is Uncut News. You see news happening? Send us a tip on WhatsApp at 592-659-6151. The DPP has ordered Acting Chancellor of the Judiciary, Yonette Cummings-Edwards, to remove Chief Magistrate Leron Daly from presiding over the Dion Bascom cybercrime trial. The request comes just one day after Daly held police legal advisor Mandel Moore in contempt after he reportedly disobeyed her order to hand over a piece of video evidence. When the case was called today, Magistrate Daly informed the court that she had received a letter from the DPP requesting that she recuse herself from the case. The letter was addressed to the Chancellor and stated that even though the magistrate does not have a personal interest in the case, based on her conduct yesterday, she should recuse herself. Magistrate Daly adjourned the matter until October 18th for her ruling on whether or not she will in fact do so. 12-year-old Devi Prasad, the girl who went missing after leaving her home in Sisters Village, West Bank, Demerara on Monday, was found today at a house in quarantine, Berbice. Prasad left her grandmother's home on Monday morning to visit her aunt, but she never arrived. 3 occupants of the house in Berbice, a couple, and their teenage son were taken into police custody and are currently assisting with the investigation. According to reports, she was found after a tip-off to the police. Since last week Thursday, employees of the Linden Utility Service Co-op Society Limited have been protesting the government-installed Interim Management Committee, especially one of its members, Courtney Handy. Handy was the only member from the old board who remained, a move the workers objected to from the beginning. Employees claim they will not be returning to work until they are properly engaged by the Ministry of Labour. They are accusing Handy of playing a role in victimizing staff, contributing to a toxic working environment, amongst other things. Mr. Handy has since denied these allegations. 3 other suspects were charged on Monday in connection with the $400 million Ghana dollar gold theft. 23-year-old Dio Kisoon, 24-year-old Daniel Eaton, and a 17-year-old were charged with allegedly stealing 1,000 ounces of raw gold from Mahika gold dealer Bibi Aklima Goberan. They pleaded not guilty and were remanded to prison until their next court date in October. Yesterday, Brazilian national Dr. Barbarossa da Silva Jr. was elected as the new director of the Pan American Health Organization. Dr. Barbarossa da Silva Jr. will begin his 5-year term on the 1st of February 2023. He will succeed Dr. Carissa F. Etienne of Dominica, who has led PAHO since 2012. Dr. Da Silva Jr. is currently the Assistant Director at PAHO, where he has led the organization's efforts to increase equitable access to Rona vaccines and to enhance regional capacities to produce medicines and other health technologies. He's been with the organization since 2007. Your home is your most valuable asset, so before you sign on the dotted line, call VJS Home Inspections. They are a licensed and insured home inspection company with professionals operating in the Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens, Long Island, and Westchester County. From electrical and plumbing issues to a leaky roof, if there's a fault in the house, VJS will find it using the latest industry technology, including infrared scanners, HD drones, and more. So, if you're buying or selling a home in New York, make the smart choice. Call VJS Home Inspections at 914-513-9356 and tell them Noriko sent you. It might not be robbery season, but the streets are still mean. That's why you need to get security for your home and business through Sheriff Security Service. Sheriff Security offers well-trained guards, armed and unarmed patrol, Marine Patrol, K-9 services. These people even got drones. Why? Because your security is their highest priority. You've seen the rest, now hire the best. Hire Sheriff Security Service today. Yesterday, 33-year-old minor Fitzroy Patrick was charged with the attempted murder of his sister following an alcohol-fueled fight on September the 24th, 2022. He was not required to plead to the indictable charge of attempted murder and was remanded to prison. 4 juveniles accused of murder escaped from the Sapphire Holding Center on separate occasions last week, and the police have since been tight-lipped on the issue. While details on the escape remain sketchy, what is known is that last Wednesday, around midday, 2 boys and a girl escaped from the Juvenile Holding Center, while the other teen escaped 2 days later. Sources say on both occasions the children stole a set of unattended keys and escaped out the back door and over the fence. The escapees have not yet been recaptured, and the police force has not said anything on the matter. A new survey conducted by RMK Consultations Enterprise on behalf of SASOD has shown a significant decrease in hate towards LGBTQ persons living in Guyana. According to their numbers, hate towards LGBTQ persons has decreased from 25% in 2013 to 12%. The survey was conducted between June and July of this year. Some 1,070 persons participated from coastal regions. Although there was no participation from the hinterland regions, RMK assured that the survey depicts a representation of Guyana's population. According to GCOM, only a court of law can investigate elections fraud claims. This follows numerous public pronouncements calling for the Elections Commission to conduct internal investigations into allegations of electoral fraud that were reported to have occurred during the 2nd of March 2020 general and regional elections. While GCOM recognizes the desire for a clean election, such an investigation is out of its legal powers to launch. And they had also already done a recount, so apparently that's about as far as their powers go. Now for today's oil update. The EPA is yet to complete its report on the September 9th oil leak from the Liza Unity FPSO. However, the head of the EPA, Kemraj Parsaram, says the team has been able to gather critical information already. He said the team visited the site and compared satellite imagery to determine the size of the oil slick and to calculate the volume of the spill. Parsaram says that Exxon was correct. There was about a barrel of oil leaked. In fact, he says it's slightly less. He also noted that the full findings of the investigation would be made public once the team completes and hands over its final report in the coming days. And based on the findings and recommendations of the report, the EPA would determine what course of action will be taken. Now it's time to tell you about Best Buy's Car of the Week. Currently on sale is this 2016 Toyota Crown Athlete. It comes with Bluetooth mag rims, new tires, TV, CD, stereo fog lamps, back camera, and much more. Buy cash for $9.95 million, or pay as low as $1.99 million down with around $170,000 monthly for 5 years, and it is yours. Call or WhatsApp 662-0844 for more info, or visit the showrooms at Lot 171 Peterborough Street, Queenstown, Lot 2 Lama Street, and tell them the Rico sent you for this sweet deal. Are you a truck owner? Pay close attention. Avoid lengthy downtime when your truck broke down. Get high-quality DAF, International, Freightliner, Bedford, TMO, Scammell truck parts at the lowest prices at Powered Automotive. Visit them at Lot 1161 EE Eccles, or call them on telephone number 697-0171. Save big on truck parts at Powered Automotive, the #1 heavy-duty truck parts store in Guyana. Now for our Uncut News Viewers Poll question of the day. Every day we pose a question about current events in Ghana, the region, the diaspora, and how you feel it relates to us. Last night I asked, how do you feel about the local government elections being delayed? Navendra Lal says local government elections is good in any democracy, but people you elected to serve is not doing anything to help you. Indeed, and you know what? That's why I keep saying that we'll never have true national progress until we have constitutional change. So, before we get to tonight's question, you can multiply your cash by selling Digicel Top-Up. This is a legit way you can earn some extra money at your business or to supplement your current hustle. Become a top offender quick and easy by linking with Cellular Plus. Call them on telephone number 685-3109 for more info. Now for tonight's question. What do you think about the SASOD survey about LGBTQ acceptance in Guyana? Do you believe that it is truly growing, or are things more complex than that? Be sure to keep it civil and respectful, because I want you to think about that question. So in the comments below. If your response is good enough, we just might feature it in our next episode. Anyway, that's all the time we have for tonight, and check us out tomorrow for another. Until then, I'm Rico Polford saying good night, folks.